Pledge allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. We have no public participation because nobody else is here. So we got minutes.
I think this was Adam Myers, not Alan. Just saying.
Okay. You want to correct it on yours?
Well, whichever one we're going to sign.
Adam?
Adam, not Alan. Okay. Everything else looks good to me. Do you have the minutes? Do you have your minutes?
No.
Did you get them out of your box?
The minutes for,
The 22nd.
Thursday, March 22nd.
no, I don't have them. March 24th, that's Saturday.
That's an agenda, but yeah.
Here, you can read mine. I already read them.
Oh, yeah, it's Maple Estates, not States.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I just changed Adam. I made added an E for Maple Estates, and then just a typo here for enter, just got rid of the ED.
Okay.
So make a motion that we approve the Thursday, March 22nd minutes as amended.
Second.
Oh, great. Actually, we probably don't need to sign it, but we'll have to sign it again, but that's fine. Jenny's pile on the floor.
Okay. Out of Paul's reach.
Got a couple of purchase order ones that we have to this is for Amazon Prime for the codes. Just some card stock as far as for permits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is the plumbing code he needs. Mm-hmm. Just some basic stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's what that is.
Go for it.
So that's what that is. And then another one, which is, these are field correction notices, but I think they're you can see a copy here, but he's used something similar to where he's at, so this is now for us. And it allows him to give them copies when he's on the field if he has to,
Okay, so it's
basically, it says a location permit number issued to.
So it's going to be triplicate?
I think it's triplicate, which is why he's having it done at high grade.
That's a very good idea.
So the following orders are hereby issued for their correction, blah, blah, blah. So
okay. Yep, awesome. Or two-part, I think it's two-part. But that's a good idea.
Is it two-part? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good because you write it and then you have a copy.
Well, that's why he has a pad. He just brings it right out there.
Yep.
Yep. So that's that. I had this, and I don't know when. I don't remember seeing this. So Dale must have put it in my box yesterday. I don't know. I think it's just asking if it's okay. But I guess there was an airman So an active duty military who's, he's in Massachusetts, and he renewed his motor vehicle online, but he paid the excise. Because I'm not sure if the online way allows them not to,
I thought it did.
so I don't,
They were having trouble with it, but I thought
and so
it
he's
did.
requesting a reimbursement.
Okay.
So that's, so that's what she's, so I don't see why,
No, absolutely.
I don't have an issue with
I
that.
just, because I thought that, because they weren't able to do, see, this is different though. Because this ordinance is different than the other, that they can go online, I think. Or whatever, there's two different military things, but yes, absolutely. Renewed motor vehicle online and paid excise, yeah. Yeah, obviously, we need to give it back to them.
I'll just slip that under her door. Simply she can do that. My official stamp of yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That was what let's see, was that the newest one? Yeah, so I showed you that statement for that. I guess all we have is we have a couple ordinances and we have budgets to go through, so, I don't think I have any,
There's other things that say please sign.
Yeah. See, I don't think that one, I think this one, no, that's right. Right, there's that. So that one first. So this is an abatement and a supplemental. The abatement is for Robert LaChance, map lot R945. The abatement is basically because he was incorrectly, he doesn't own the property anymore. Or so, and there's a supplement to the new owner, which is Charles Hayden.
Okay.
So we're abating $533, $533.55. And then we have, this is the letter to Charles Hayden, and $533.55 for his tax bill. So we have that due. This is the supplemental commitment, which is for that. So those are the three things that we have to sign off on. So I make a motion to grant the abatement for Robert LaChance and the supplement to Charles Hayden for R9 45.
Second it.
All those in favor? What else we have? We've got some more stuff. We got all sorts of stuff in here. Let's save that one for last. All right. Warren's office supply, Dymo labels for elections. library.
We can't sign that because there's no notary here, and I can't notarize it.
Okay.
So
Good
we
call.
can all sign it. But we have to come in and do it in front of Jenny, because she's gonna have to notarize it, so we can't do that.
All right, that's fine.
Unless, yeah, because I can't notarize it. And I don't think Jen's a notary.
Can you guys, are you gonna be in tomorrow? You're gonna be in here
Can
tomorrow?
you come in tomorrow?
Sometime and
sign?
sign that for Jenny
No.
tomorrow?
In front of Jenny, yeah.
No problem.
I can stop in before I go to Milton, so I'm in anyways. This is time off on 4/20, which is a Friday, for Rebecca. Kathy and Dale will be here. This has got Dale's. What's this? So this is the SQL upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to do this? Is that why this is here? Or?
I have no idea. Is that a new email she got or something?
No, it's Thursday, February 8th. Simply sign, scan the email, and attach quotation back to me. Once received, I will contact you to discuss the available upgrade slot, and the conversion specialist contact you for final confirmation.
They're not even, I mean, we're into 2019, so,
Right.
because they've got to get us all over, so it won't be until 2019 at least.
Okay, it's only for services. Services will be billed as the work is performed. So that means that even though there's a bill, there's a quote here, it's not gonna, that won't actually get done until 2019.
Like I said, we're on the list for 2019.
Do you know when in 2019?
I think it's in the spring. I mean, it's like a year out.
Yeah, so we might as well. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe we can push it to after June, and that way we can budget accordingly.
Yeah.
Because we'll have all the numbers, so. I guess it's only, let's see, which purchaser is that by? It's only one of the signatures, but I'll just. Lebanon, I guess. Alrighty, so that's done. Next one we have. Oh, this was a bridge replacement from National Registry eligibility of the determination of effects on historic properties. I don't know what this is about. So the DOT is seeking information from consulting parties that would likely have information, knowledge of, or concerns with historic properties adjacent to the project limits shown on the attached map. Under section, the town is considered a consulting party and will receive National Registry eligibility and the determination of effects on historic properties within the project area for review and comment. But I don't.
Is this Milton Three Ponds?
Well, it's the bridge that goes over.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new jam bridge that they're doing, but I don't know how that affects. I don't know how that affects any national historic.
I don't either, unless I don't. We would have information or concerns with the historic projects adjacent to the project. Are there any historic projects adjacent to it?
Well, I mean, but that I'd have a concern with. I mean, they're doing a bridge. I mean, so they're not going
Effects
to
of their
disrupt.
actions on historic properties.
I mean, the only thing adjacent is the marina.
Yeah, but I don't think there's
They're not going
anything.
to do anything to the marina.
I don't know. I mean, I don't either, but.
I think it's just kind of NA. I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know if there's anything there, but. You know that military thing, did he send her proof? He has to, I was just thinking.
You should have a DD. Well, yeah, or some. Yeah, I don't know.
No, they have to send something, I think it's orders or something signed by their whatever to prove that they are.
Well,
Because you have to do it every time. It's not a one-time deal. Because doesn't the ordinance say something to the effect of? I mean, did she get information to?
yeah, we have copies of orders.
Yeah, because I think it.
Need them to prove. Because his orders will state he's got.
Yeah, and I think it says that in the ordinance that they, because
Yep.
other people, because
Yep.
where I work, we
Thoughts?
have a lot of
No?
military. Do you know of anything up there? I don't either, so I guess I'm kinda.
So,
Not sure. I mean, I don't know.
that R does stand for Richard. It could stand for somebody else for St.
It could.
And then we got 2 complaints. Again, trash, junkyards. So I'll turn these over to the code
Okay,
enforcement.
can I just
officer.
read them?
Yes. Yeah.
I'll look at them. Okay,
Interrupt you for a second?
Sure.
we're being taped, just so you know.
We're streaming live to the world.
I just wanted to explain why that point system in the grid and all of that, this is a perfect example. This is somebody who submitted a plan to cut trees,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the lake.
Yep.
And they gridded out the 25 by 50 per the rule.
Yep.
It said his name.
The old rule said any 25 by 25 square.
So this 25 or that 25, I should
Well,
be able to.
it said any 25 by
Right.
25.
That's what I'm saying. So I could take a 25, put it anywhere, and I could have
You
that.
should have the point system.
Right.
The new rule that you're about to adopt and the new regs say that they can grid it out like this.
Yep.
But in Shapley, I kept the old rule, and the state was fine with that.
Yep.
And that gives me the ability, when I say, sure, here's your permit to cut, I want you to replant 4 trees, and they start complaining, I can just say, well, you don't have your point system here, and you don't have it here. All I gotta do is eliminate a tree or 2, And then the argument's over, end of conversation.
Right. Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, just keep a, as we run into things, keep a list of those, and so when it comes time,
Down the road.
well, the next time we update it, which you never know, I mean, if the state updates or whatever, we can, we can talk about that, or, we can have that in or modify it.
Yep.
So. Cause I don't wanna forget.
Good opportunity.
No. Do you guys understand what he's saying?
Yes, I understood what you're saying.
Okay, so, thanks. So that's that, I'll hand those in, and then I guess it looks like the name got changed.
Yeah,
So then we're all set with this, right?
Mhm.
Do we have to,
we just signed, that's up to, we
we
just
just sign
signed this.
here?
Yeah,
Okay, do we have to make a motion for this?
we can say, we can,
I make a motion to, what am I doing?
we're appointing
Okay.
the list.
Make a motion to appoint election clerks,
The list,
based upon this list.
Yep.
This list provides a sufficient amount of election clerks as defined in the state statutes.
Mhm.
Should I name them out or?
no,
No, all right.
it has to be posted anyway
All right.
at all the elections, so. I'll second it.
Second motion, all those in favor?
I can take this off, 'cause I'll probably write over it.
And we gotta wait on that, okay. So that's that. And that's all I have, that's all I have left, and there was that quick claim that we can't do,
Okay,
for paperwork. Do we have any other paperwork?
no,
Go ahead.
the phone here,
Yeah.
not answering the phone, it's a endless complaint. I don't know what to do or what we can do to let it ring longer or something. I don't know, but I'd like to investigate what we can do as far as the
Yeah.
phone. I mean,
No, I agree. I mean, because if somebody's calling, they normally want somebody right away. They don't want to leave a
well, they
message.
do. If you're with a customer or on another line, that's different, obviously. But if you're not, you need to, that's the biggest thing. I mean, the phone.
But how do we know that people aren't with people? And is it everybody that does it? I mean, should everybody be answering? I mean,
Well, no, I think, I
'cause it's
believe,
extension, so.
yes, extensions like Jenny gets hers, Jordan gets hers, his, Codes get his. It's the out front one that you hear about. So,
Right.
and people sometimes, so, I mean, that's been an ongoing thing. I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's.
I don't know what we can do, or let it ring longer so maybe they can pick it up,
investigate,
or have one line that, will ring, and, I mean, I don't know, so
I mean, the other possibility I've seen in other places is, and even in busy stores, when they're helping somebody, they'll pick it up and say, "Can you hold, please?"
Mhm. But, and I don't expect them to pick it up when they're with someone, because I don't think you should do that personally. I mean, you're with someone, that's how it is.
Yep.
But, I just.
Right, because the other side is if you're doing that, then if you're trying to enter something in, that's how you make mistakes.
Absolutely, and you need to be focusing on the person you're supposed to be focusing on, so. We're kind of busy right now, maybe after we get through budgets and stuff, we can just look at what we can do for the phone, but I just wanted to mention that.
Yep.
Are we gonna talk about the foreclosure?
The Upper Guinea one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, what's your?
Well, the point was, what I wanted to say was, usually when we're gonna go to the point where we're gonna go, that we probably should, we used to always have the lawyer investigate, look at procedures and all that stuff, unless she just wants the information to make sure it was done properly.
So you saw my email, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
so-
what I'm saying is usually when you get to the point where we're at, that, you know, it probably wouldn't hurt, and you can ask the lawyer this, if she or he or who, whichever one's doing it, investigate, you know, to make sure everything was, there wasn't
Well,
anything in there.
that's what she's doing.
Okay,
So that's
cause,
why we're trying to get her all the information, all the
Yeah.
notices, because
Yeah.
before we do anything, we need
Yes.
to make sure there's not some loophole
Yes.
that we forgot about or
no,
we didn't do.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because we don't wanna go down there to
No,
find out that,
absolutely.
so we
So-
have to make sure.
Anytime we go this far, we really,
Yep.
we used to always have the lawyer investigate.
And
you know.
especially this one's a little different
Yeah.
because it's also, there's a piece of commercial property on the same as well as a residential, so.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
so that's what the purpose of that email was for her to, and great, basically, it's a good time for her to review how we did it, and if we,
and just make sure that everything.
if we didn't do something right, then it's a
Right.
great time to review that. So-
Yep, yep,
So,
yep,
All right.
okay. Oops, sorry. That was it, then this, that, but that's just my reminder.
you have any other paperwork kind of stuff? Okay, so, cause we got, do we wanna go through, the referendums real quick?
Sure.
You wanna just kind of work on?
The highway, we don't know the money, right?
Right. That's good. So, one, make sure that we have them all locked down, and then two, if we want the order to be a little different, if we want one versus someplace versus another one, that's kind of the two things that we, do we wanna vote on any of the ones now that are kind of the easy ones? Do we wanna go ahead and do those or not? Or do we wanna save all those for next Thursday?
Well, obviously, I won't be here Wednesday, so I can't vote.
I mean, we're gonna probably vote on something on Thursday anyway, so you
Yeah.
just wanna
No,
bang them
yeah.
all out on next
Yeah,
Thursday?
that's fine,
Okay.
cause Jenny will be here, so she can fix it and we
Yep,
can.
yep, that's fine, okay.
All right, so the
So,
road
I
one.
did the road one the first, I'm trying to get a number from codes, cause again, they're gonna be over budget, so they're gonna have to go into contingency and
And
then.
it might snow
And
again.
then roads, huh?
Have you heard it might snow
Yeah,
again?
Friday, yeah, exactly, I heard, yep, so, yeah. I've had enough of snow,
Okay,
and I know Tommy called me yesterday maybe about they needed an excavator to do the culvert on Heath Road. Was all backed up again. So they gotta get the excavator, reach in to pull it out, because otherwise if you don't do that, it's gonna wash out the road.
Gonna watch the road, it's right up there
Yeah.
now.
Yep, so, he just wanna let me know, I said, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, I mean.
You gotta do it, that's it.
Yep, so, so yeah, I mean, and there's potholes that he's gotta go filling. Still has to, once it dries out, so we can get some of these potholes done.
potholes are bad everywhere though.
Yeah,
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
Yep,
They're
so-
awful.
So the ambulance one, I think that's fine, cause we already, everybody voted, I think that's fine, that'll be their 1 and 2. The Grill Palmer is there. Shoreline zoning referendum, we already have the wording, we'll just get that in there. They already had the public hearing on that, so that's all, there were no changes, so that's all set. The town forest is next.
Yep, okay.
And the next page
Comprehensive plan.
was the comprehensive plan. To try to finish that up, and then, the next one was the multi-year contracts.
Yeah.
Oops, there's a word missing. Not to exceed.
Well, yeah, I was looking at that and I'm like, not, okay, so,
Does that make more sense?
yes, not to exceed.
To enter into multi-year contracts to exceed a maximum. Not to exceed. 6 years on behalf of the town until rescinded by the town vote. Then we had the building code ordinance, so we can update our fees. Foreign, food sovereignty, which we can talk about tonight. Solid waste, we can talk about tonight. And I believe those, the building code will be to amend. And then the
Okay.
food sovereignty and the solid waste will be to adopt
Okay,
XYZ referendum.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make sure we get the wording right.
okay.
But that's, it says, cause the solid waste is brand new.
Yeah.
In it, it repeals the other, there's actually 2 that it repeals. Also, the building code repeals the old building code that was never formally repealed as well.
Okay,
Then 11, so then I basically did starting with just in order by the way we have them, by department number, so general government is first. I put the building capital reserve, because that's kind of general government,
Yep.
it's for all municipals, that's why I put that one there.
Yep.
The next one was selectmen, because again, we're part of general government. Animal control.
She's
What's
gotta
next?
put zeros in here or something.
Under abstain.
Well, I mean, or you, whoever did it, you know, yes, no, zero, so you
Yeah,
should
this part I
put,
didn't do.
yeah, okay, needs to put something there, like, don't just leave it blank.
Oh, under the nose, gotcha.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
nose and all
yeah,
that, okay.
zeros,
And this would be
yeah,
zero.
$12 as well.
Yeah.
That was 3 abstains, so
Yeah.
zeros and zero,
Yeah.
yeah, gotcha.
Just anywhere there's, okay,
Yep.
sorry. Animal
Um,
control,
So animal control, then we had legal
yep,
and insurance.
yep,
And then dispatch.
yep,
I almost put dispatch with fire, but I left it here. That's where it is. Contingency,
yep,
codes and
Yep.
land use.
Yep.
No spray.
yep,
Festival. Festival, rec department festival.
yep,
And then transfer station.
yep,
Highways.
yep,
With then the paving CIP, as well as the highway equipment CIP.
yep. The bridge one,
And then you have the bridge CIP. Those bridges are kind of roads too, in a way. Yep. So those kind of all grouped together. And then you have fire and EMS. And I try to be consistent, so I did fire and EMS because that's what our department label is. So there's some of them were
yeah,
rescue or emergency services, and so I just tried to be more consistent. So there was that, and there was several. I separated this out to try to avoid confusion.
yeah,
So I did this fire and EMS equipment for 1,000. That's the brand new one that we're starting, and then the other 1,000, and another 2,000, and then you've got another 1,000, and then you've got the 20 for the fire truck, and then you have the 50 for the equipment. And this one I didn't change because I left the wording the way they had, which was the emergency services department. So does that make sense? And I separated them out so hopefully people won't get confused by seeing this equipment and another one for equipment. And then 34 was the library. And the fire truck got added in here. That wasn't there, so we're gonna have to vote on the fire truck.
yes,
So we hadn't voted on that fire
Yeah.
truck. Where am I?
NIAID 35,
Thank you. So we have NIAID, general assistance, relief,
yep,
and then we have several,
Memorial Day, which, I don't know,
cemeteries Memorial Day, which we may still
yeah.
talk about that number.
And that, shouldn't that be 0? Selectmen, yes, 3, 4, no.
Something, yes, yeah.
Alright,
Yep.
and then, yep,
39, these are just the normal
Yep.
ones that we put in there.
yep,
And again, really in no particular order, with the exception of the last one, which is just to revert back to last year's.
42, is that all we had before? We didn't forget anything, right? That's the thing, you know.
Well, we
it's like-
probably saved, I think we actually saved something.
Yeah, we should have, because we had 40, oh, we had 46 last year.
Yeah.
Yep, because we had all those 1 through 7, weren't those
Oh,
the
we had the
marijuana
marijuana ones,
ones? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and we have a few others as well this year, so.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. So we have to have a number and revote on referendum 1.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of putting an asterisk next
and
to
the
it.
20,000 one, but the highways, I don't know.
20,000. There it is, which is referendum 32. And then we need to have a discussion on 38,
Yep,
which is the cemetery and then the roads, right?
yep,
The roads is
the road's back.
number 23.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that we need to talk about, correct?
Yep,
Then obviously the ordinance ones, we need to get those done.
yeah, cause we have to certify
So,
copies to Dale.
Yep.
Once we agree.
So with that, let's do the easy one first, which is the food sovereignty one. So basically, if you look at more or less their template that they kind of wanted, a lot of what they call their preamble, a lot of that was incorporated in what they call recitals. Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of that was in there. And then basically the rest of it was more or less the same that we had before, with a couple of very minor changes. So I think again we did change the title of it rather than the food sovereignty ordinance. We changed it to the Lebanon local food self-governance ordinance,
Okay.
which is more in line with what they wanted. Local food and community self-governance ordinance. So that we got more in line with. Some of the definitions they wanted we didn't include because they're not used in the ordinance itself. So that was that. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure again, like I said, I think part of this is making a statement, but I don't feel that ordinances are there to make a statement. But, this recitals we're basically supporting and showing that the town supports, supports the rights of residents to do a lot of this stuff. So, as individual residents, they can choose to do what they want. If they feel
Right.
their rights are
Absolutely.
are further than this, they can choose that on their own. So, because the issue is that if we put something down here that tells people that somebody comes into town and says, "Oh, look at this ordinance. It says I can do this," and if it actually conflicts with state law, that's where there's a liability. Now, can we be held liable? Probably not. The problem is that we can still be sued.
Right.
And if we're sued, then we have to pay attorney fees to go defend that. And even though we may win, we may not win. We may not recover the attorney fees that we spent for that liability. So that's kind of the issue.
Okay.
So yes. So I've sent this. I think this is pretty good. I'm waiting to hear back from Jordan and Mary Beth to see if they have any, strong opposition to something in here. Again, it probably isn't everything that they wanted, but I think our attorneys have provided some good feedback as to why they didn't put certain things in. Because again, we were asking for harm. Where is it harm?
Right.
And so that's why these recitals, that doesn't harm. The way these are worded, it doesn't harm. And I think it meets what they want. So we'll see.
Okay.
So I think we're close.
Okay.
So obviously we're running out of time, and I let them know. So if it doesn't change by next Thursday, then You know what I'm saying? Then
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
We'll go
No,
as is.
It's either go or no
It's
go.
either go or no
Yeah.
go, right, right. And I think, quite frankly, based on when they were here, they said, hey, this is a great start anyway, so that, I
Yeah.
think they would prefer it rather than a
Right.
no-go, so. So that's that. Then the other one is the solid waste disposal ordinance. So, a lot of it is basically trying to update what we currently had. Probably should have. Just so you know the reason. So we had, so this is actually replacing two ordinances. So it gets us down a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
2 for 1.
yeah,
So one we have a garbage and rubbish ordinance that was done back in 1970 was when it was initially adopted. Depositing, no person shall, firm, corporation, or other legal shall deposit or cause to be deposited any waste matter, blah, 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 within the town of Lebanon, which matter must originally, from sources outside of the town of Lebanon, basically. Uses of raw material, waste matter defined, temporary storage of rubbish, and penalty. So it was a pretty basic one. And then we had a Lebanon solid waste disposal control ordinance. Designated to control solid waste in the town. Let's see, and this one was done in 1988. So, and again, it probably should have repealed this. This one probably should have been folded in, but never was. So this one talks about hours of operation posted by the board. This one actually has some fees in it. So again, this has, white goods, construction, automobile tires. So quite frankly, the fact that we're doing our own fees goes against this.
but I think we voted to do that
Did they?
later.
But they should have amended this though. I mean, it's because that's in
realize
conflict,
that,
right?
But yeah,
right.
they
So,
voted to do that later.
We have that. Enforcement required to be enforced by state and federal. The police department of the town shall enforce this ordinance.
We've got a lot of them that say police
We don't
department.
have a police department anymore.
We gotta get rid of, yep.
So that's, I thought there was another one here, but, it says resident and non-resident commercial haulers must obtain a permit for each vehicle.
Oh,
So that was in here.
oh, well.
Hi.
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 Got 2 minutes?
Yeah, for the board?
Sure.
Or me, or,
All of you.
yeah, permits may be revoked by the Board of Environmental Welfare. So again, we don't have a Board of Environmental
No,
Welfare
we
anymore.
did at one point, but yeah.
Right, so I mean, that's why this really needs to be replaced as well. So that's what this is replacing. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, question for you.
Yes.
I heard that at the active fair you were in charge of those skillet things.
Well, I participated in the skillet things, but yes,
Do you know where I can get some?
they, what they did is they had them made, somebody made them,
Really?
yeah. Yeah. They
Okay.
make them.
Because I was told about, I'm like, oh, I mean.
Yeah. I do participate in it, yes, I do. But they do, somebody makes them.
Any news on insurance yet? You know, it's been 3 weeks.
I don't know.
Put a fire up there, but.
Right.
Because, I mean, that's holding 2 things and I don't know if I can get yet.
Yeah, no, I think Jenny
I know
probably
she's
sent them an email, right?
She has, but my God, it doesn't take that long for them to say
No,
yes or no.
no, I agree. Thank you. That's just one of those balls I didn't pay attention to.
I know.
Yep,
I figured
yep.
it's, and I'm gonna
Not a
just
problem.
ask Chip on that one.
Yep. I just need to write myself a note, otherwise I'll forget again.
Oh, I'll remind you now.
Uh,
Paul, are you going in the dunk tank too? Are you going in the dunk tank too?
Are you gonna go in the dunk tank?
No.
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 Is that news to you?
there, Insurance Festival, okay?
Yep, alright, see, that didn't take 2 minutes.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks.
How much are we charging for festival? I need people to get their money ready. What do we, for the dunk tank?
I think I'm gonna do like 3 for $5. 3 balls for $5, right? That's it.
Okay.
I know, it's been ages since I've done dunk tank stuff.
So I'm gonna start talking crap.
Oh, well, that's how you're gonna get them in there.
That's right. Just saying.
There you go.
Yeah. Because I used to talk crap when I used to run a game. That's how I get everybody in there. Because they all wanted to come play it.
We'll be the first ones in line, won't we?
I think there's going to be a bet on who wants to be in that one.
I can do some trash talking, so people want to shut me up. So it's fine.
I just can't wait.
Awesome.
This is hopefully turning out to be pretty good. I get a lot of different things. Good. So I'm still waiting on a few more other things. But again, like the insurance.
I hear you. Come on.
That's a couple things. And I'll check my mailbox while I'm here too. Otherwise, that means pretty good.
Good.
You know,
Awesome.
got Cold Run, Dunk Tank, and hopefully pie eating contest. I'm just waiting to find out if we get the pies and.
What are you doing? Some kind of run or something?
Yeah.
What was it? I saw something.
We're doing a poker run, so we can do another scholarship in town.
Awesome.
I'm gonna take the proceeds from that and the silent auction and do a scholarship for.
So for all those idiots out there that don't know what a poker run is, please explain.
It's a motorcycle ride, and you have to go. You start at one place, and you go around different places, and you get a card, and then you end.
You get like a deck from a deck of cards.
Yep.
Okay. So that's
and
why
the best
poker
out of
comes
5,
from.
out of the 5 cards, the best hand wins.
And so the people that are, so they have to pay to ride.
Yep.
That's how you raise your money. Is they pay to ride.
Yep.
And then was it like a 50-50? So 50.
It depends. Like the guys told us, he goes, you kind of wait until you see what you get brought in, and then you either, you can take a percentage, or you just say like $100 or $50 or whatever, goes to the thing. But we're also doing like whoever signs up is $20 for a ride and $10 for the passenger, and then I'm pricing out T-shirts or koozies to give as a gift with it. Plus, let them get a burger or a hot dog from the soccer shack with a drink.
And then
Awesome.
how long of a ride is it?
They're gonna do about 4 hours. They'll come back by 2:00 and they'll hit the band.
So do we know where
That's
the
fine.
locations are for the cards or?
Nope, they're working on that. That's them.
Oh, they do that?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Are they normally bars?
Nope, they're actually doing, sometimes they do. Sometimes they were gonna end at trains, and he's like, if you got food, why don't we end right here? And I went, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So he goes, you got a beer tent? I said, let me see what I can't do on that. So yeah, what's it take to get a beer tent? But I think they're actually going down to the coast and do a couple of things there.
Yeah.
Because they weren't sure. They figured they'll go to like one place where they can do like a lunch or something. Another place was like a 5 or 10 minute just a break and get like a quick drink and stretch your legs, and then another place and then back.
Awesome.
So yeah, but they're the ones all in charge of that one.
And you're having a band?
Yep.
2 bands, right?
2 bands. One from 2 to 5. And then 5 to 7 there'll be like a generation band while we get ready to set up for the movie that night.
Awesome.
So
So
the
that's
movie
awesome.
goes from when to when?
8.
From 8 to whatever.
Whatever it is, probably an hour
8
and
to
a half
9.
long.
So you got the heavy metal band at 9 to midnight?
No.
That's awesome. Good.
Also another thing too I need is power for the soccer can't run at all, but can I plug a bounce house right in here?
Don't you usually? What?
I've always plugged the bounce house into the soccer shack.
Oh,
or
I
we've
thought
done-
you always had
No,
a
we
plug
had one
going
over here
here.
before, but we had it on like a
Does
generator.
it make sense to use a generator?
Can. But it's a big bounce house. That's that 40
Oh,
foot
that
bounce
big
house.
long one I
Yeah.
saw?
I wonder, is there a way to attach it into our generator and give it for a test spin that we have up there for EMA?
I have no idea.
We have a big generator.
Yeah, but that's at the other school. She's
Oh.
talking about this field.
Yeah.
Don't you guys have outlets outside?
Yeah, there's
Over
one.
there. And it's a long,
I-
yeah, it's
there's
just a
one
long
somewhere.
extension cord though, so if it's a big bounce house, I'm just
Okay.
thinking that you might,
I got
It might be
huge
better.
extension cords. You see
Yeah.
my yard at Christmas time?
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'm just thinking that you might be,
Yeah, because
have a
when I
dedicated
talked to
generator.
Tim through the thing, he's like, because he goes, "Are you gonna plug in the soccer shack?" I said, "Well, I'm gonna put one." He goes, "I don't know if it will hold both of them." He
Yeah.
goes, "That other one's a big one." I said, "No, but the town hall will, I betcha."
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the 40-foot one, and the fire department's gonna come down and do the dunk tank for me, set that up and fill that for me.
Yeah.
What kind of water they got? Make sure it's.
Oh, make sure it's nice and dirty.
It better not be out of that pond down there.
He said he was gonna.
If he does, Jordan's gonna be down there the day before pissing in the pond. You watch.
Hey.
That wasn't bad.
He said he was going to clean out the tank and get water in it. Because I said, well, the school said I could use the hose. And he goes, that will take you forever.
Yeah, well,
And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, well, yeah, I'm greatly appreciative if you want to come
Yeah.
and fill that up.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll have to make sure I can get on his good
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have like the old cars from Mac. Mac's supposed to do the cars. I'm hoping the paperwork. I said, can you just fill out the forms? I have the paperwork. And then Shannon's gonna bring a couple petting goats or something.
Yeah,
And
awesome.
we'll get some face painting and other different little things. But-
Do you have crafters or whatever?
Yep. I got 2 more I just reached out to. I told them I would send them a thing. Got a few of those.
You have the Maine State Police coming at all? They used to, didn't they
I
come
haven't-
didn't they
I
come
don't
last
know.
year with their dog? Did one of the
I don't
canine
know.
teams come down?
They're not in like the list from what she had.
Was
Yeah.
it last year? The year?
It was a couple,
years they-
Well, I know
yeah.
a couple of years ago we had the state police that sat there with the car and stuff. And
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a thing. But yeah, because they're on my list. I want to get in contact with and who's the forest the Northwood guys there.
You want me to shoot an email to Lieutenant Ross
Sure.
at Troop 8? Alright.
Yeah, that would be good for them to do. Yeah, they should do
Yeah, it's
that.
good community.
I would think
Yeah,
they
good
would
community
at
outreach
least
as well.
come. I think they would do
Yeah.
something. I'd be surprised if they wouldn't. Because
We
they probably want to know what's going on too.
got like a big twister we're gonna do on the grass. Jenga. Boy Scouts are doing Jenga.
Okay.
Got a tug of war rope game we're gonna do.
Awesome.
Candy bar bingo.
Good.
Milton Jackson is gonna do his violin
Oh, that's
thing
nice.
at 1:00.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
nice.
went to him. I said, "Hey,
Oh, yeah, he loves to do that.
I know, you know."
Yeah.
So I
Awesome.
went to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get him." I said, "Okay." I said,
Awesome.
1:00. We'll put you on
Awesome.
the thing. So
Awesome. That's good.
yeah, it's coming along.
Good.
Be better next year once I have a year under my belt.
Yeah, hey. Thanks, Georgie.
Oh, you're welcome.
Alright, so
All right.
so those are the reasons why we're updating it.
Okay.
That's all nice and
You too.
All right. So,
So-
I gotta. Yeah.
I mean, we have time, so I can make changes. The biggest thing is that under is under commercial waste, and I don't like the way I worded it, but I may try to word it differently, but solid waste generated by stores, offices, restaurants, warehouses, and other manufacturing or processing activities with more than 10 employees,
Mhm.
with the exception of the town. So that's where I exempted the town.
Mhm.
So again, because are we considered a commercial activity? And that was one of Kevin's thing about, because ours, because if we're commercial, you can't. And we do have more than 10 employees. I just, what I'm thinking about doing is changing it as more than 10 employees, period. And then instead just start a new sentence saying that the town of Lebanon is exempt as a commercial, as commercial waste or commercial,
Okay.
something like that. But it's
Yeah.
gonna be,
Yeah,
I just don't like I just don't like how that works, so that's
Okay.
probably one. I'm not gonna change it, and I struggle with how do you distinguish between a small mom and pop business
well, I know, yeah.
and a larger place like a Dollar General of,
I mean, they're not gonna bring their stuff to us.
and most of the times they're not, and I
But-
totally understand that, but I'm just still trying to,
So if they have more than 10 employees, they can't bring their stuff to us. It's commercial. It's called commercial.
basically that's gonna be,
Okay.
so a mom and pop, you got a little garage, you fix cars, you got one guy that works for you, yeah, you can.
Mhm.
And that's the mom and pop stuff that I'm trying to allow.
Well, yeah.
That's the
You
issue.
like that? The 10, that's pretty good, isn't it? That kind of,
I mean, the thing is, the other side of it is the enforcement side. How do you enforce it? It's kind of hard to enforce that.
yeah.
So that's the issue is that it really becomes, if it becomes an issue that we're getting, that the guys up there are seeing somebody coming up with a ton of trash, and they realize it's coming from a commercial, that's where it becomes, and then that becomes us to have that,
Yeah.
to reach out to them,
Yep.
to ask,
Yeah.
hey,
Yep.
so that should exempt most of the places.
Yep.
So that was the biggest one.
Okay.
Make sure you put excuse me, a paragraph or two in the newsletter next time about,
Well, we're gonna do a newsletter and we're gonna explain. I mean, they're gonna have to read it. I mean, these
Right.
have to be available and they're gonna have to look at it and read it. I mean, there's, but we'll explain. When we do our newsletter about all of this, that's where we can explain what things mean and what we're doing rather than what we can do on the ballot, because you can't put all that on the ballot, but hopefully.
Yeah, so I mean, it really is, you have a bunch of definitions. The biggest thing is the waste that they talk about. So you have special waste, which again we don't tend to use. You have unacceptable waste,
Yeah.
and a lot of that is by different acts. So I mean, that's just the biggest. There's a designation, so we designate that the transfer facility on Merchants Row is of the facility. The admin is basically, we adopt reasonable rules and regulations to enforce this ordinance. So that's where, make sure that, we grant or deny applications within the 60 days. I mean, just to make sure we do things correctly.
Yeah.
It talks about some of the transfer station attendants. So you have authorized use, which is limited to residents and or property owners of the town or their contractors for the sole purpose, again, of that. Yeah,
Yep.
we take box springs, bed springs,
where are
mattresses.
you at? Where?
Okay,
K on,
7. 2K.
Box spring, bed spring mattresses, stuffed furniture.
2K, so that's the thing is I don't know, that's what I mean, that's what I need your help with, I don't know those, so K, we do take those,
Yes, we charge.
Yep.
so that removes.
Don't we take freezers? No.
Yes, we take freezers.
Refrigerators, washing machines.
We charge for refrigerators
So we
and
do
freezers.
take that. Is this
So
something
we're-
we
Not
don't
for
take?
washing machine.
We don't take washing machines?
We take them, but we don't charge.
Okay, so this list is things we don't take.
So this is,
L under K, where you just were.
L.
actually,
Don't we take stereos and TVs?
yes, we do, yep, those are what they call brown goods, yep,
Brown paint, got it. So we do take that.
so,
L, white goods, such
so
as
So
H,
we take H too.
H we can take off, right?
Yeah.
White goods we can take off.
Yeah.
Which is L.
We don't take fishnets. Is that
Just
stockings?
getting it.
Is that stockings?
We don't do automotive batteries, right? We don't do batteries.
Do we
We
take,
take batteries.
yes.
Automotive batteries, we do?
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
do
We
with-
sell them
to who?
to,
Somebody that wants them, I
no,
guess.
no, we sell them to, Bearwick.
Okay. Wire, rope, cable, and banding metal.
Well, let's do fishnets. Let's go back to fishnets.
Yeah, what are
I mean,
fishnets? Do we take fishnets?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't
We don't,
Why
I
wouldn't
don't
that
even
go in
know.
the, why wouldn't that go in the demo?
yeah, but who has fishnets?
Not around here, but yeah, I mean,
So should we not take them, or should we cross it off? Shouldn't we cross it off?
you wanna, yeah, let's just cross it off. It probably doesn't matter.
Wire, rope, cable, and banding metal. Do we
We
take that?
So we take any
Yeah,
kind
we
of
take
metal, right?
banding metal, it's,
I don't need,
they throw it right with the metal.
Yep.
okay. Carpets, rugs, and we take that.
We take that.
Underlayment, do we take underlayment? Is that flooring? That's like plywood, I mean, that would be in demo, right?
See, wire fencing, they,
Wait, let's go up to Q.
We're at Q, carpets,
Carpets,
rugs.
rugs, and underlayment
So we
of
take
any
that, that goes in demo.
rope fiber greater than 6 feet, R.
Would that go in demo?
Was this in here before?
Yeah, this is
I
all
read
good.
this before.
Yeah, this has all been there.
Gosh.
That's why I kept asking for Paul. I needed Paul to look at this. I
I'm
needed
like-
somebody to,
I'm like,
because I don't know this stuff.
wow. All right, so rope fiber greater than 6, we take that, don't we?
we take it. We
What
just-
about hose? We take
yeah,
hose.
we roll it in the hole.
Okay, wood greater than 24 in any direction?
Yeah, that goes in the demo.
Wood does?
Yep. Wire fencing.
Yeah, we take
So that will take in the, that will go in the metal, right?
That goes in the metal.
We don't take pesticides and other.
No,
Nope.
Okay. Rolled material,
Rolled
rolled
roofing?
roofing of
Are
any
we
two
gonna do
length.
roll roofing and stuff?
yeah, we take, well, that goes
Okay.
with the shingles.
So firearms, ammunition, we don't do that.
No.
Other waste which is in good faith judgment of waste managers, delivery coordinator. Oh. Okay.
So part of this is also stuff that doesn't go in. So sometimes all this is a compactor. So a
Yeah.
lot of the rope and stuff,
Yeah.
if they wouldn't put it in a compactor because it could jam it up, but it would go in the demo.
Okay, what about junk vehicles, trailers, agricultural equipment, boats, and parts?
Where are you?
I'm back at B.
Yeah. Well, we don't take junk vehicles.
I thought there were boats up there. Or is there a motor?
No, we took boats before. They left them at the gate.
I remember that. But we would.
Yeah, but we don't normally. What do we charge for a boat?
Well, we take aluminum boats if they're cut up in pieces.
Right.
Okay. So are we gonna say like agricultural equipment? and
So
boat-
abandoned or junk vehicles, trailers, ag equipment, and then I'll cross out and boats and parts thereof. Because some of the parts, if they're metal, we probably would take in the metal bin.
Yeah, well, agricultural equipment, those little rototillers that are busted, they throw them in the metal.
Oh, okay. So
Lawnmowers and
So I'll get
things.
rid of that too. Okay. So just
Okay.
abandoned or junk vehicles and trailers.
Yeah.
All right.
gosh. Okay, sorry.
So that will shorten that list.
I guess-
We may save a page. Seems long enough.
All right, so we need to really read this. I read this though. Wait.
I haven't changed anything.
But maybe I just was. I don't know what it was.
Property rights, that's fine. Licensing of commercial haulers, so that was that section.
Yeah.
So it's a $25 application fee and then $100 per.
So we got to read this by next Thursday to see if.
Yeah, and if you get ahead of me ahead of time, I'll put changes in so that
Yeah.
we have a clean copy to go with.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
then we have a destruction. We have disposal of construction and demolition debris there. Hearings. That's if anybody doesn't get a license.
Yeah.
That's just stuff. Enforcement and penalties is a plain old stuff. And like I said, under the back page, conflict and severability, that's where number 1 is, where it repeals those two.
Yep. Okay, I think. Yeah, I
So-
obviously got to read this.
So. Read again.
Again.
We have those changes, but,
And those two, gotta read these two,
so,
okay.
We have that. What else we got? We got anything else? We got a pile over here. Is that?
No, this is just all my stuff, I know, I had it all.
Oh, there was, did Jenny talk to you about like a grant or something? Did she mention that to you? Is that in your pile? I told her to run a pile.
Yeah, well, yes, it's
For
in
like
my,
community, blah,
my
blah,
read
blah.
pile, it's in the read pile. Yes, right here.
Is that what it, yeah. I just,
I,
one is due by the end of the month.
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So how we're supposed to have some intergovernmental project decided by the end of the month.
Yeah,
And how it's gonna save money or save property taxes. I don't know what kind of a project. You know, and the only thing that I thought of is that these quarterly meetings that we're hopefully gonna have starting in June. I love to talk about pooling all three towns and the school for purchasing things. Whether it be sand, whether it be salt, whether it be whatever we can, paper, I mean, I think we did paper. We already do some paper. But I don't need grant money to do that, we just do it, I mean, so I don't know what.
yeah, I don't know either, I gotta read it.
So I just.
Yeah.
I don't think we really
Read.
I don't think we can really do anything.
I don't either, but it's something to read.
So that's why I told her to pass it on to you.
That's fine.
Cause I couldn't think of anything. So, we got those 2 bridge reports.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
Wow.
I was hoping it was somewhere would tell me, like, the bottom line is like, you know, but they don't, they tend to rate them and.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
But that Upper Guinea Bridge, I didn't realize how old that one is. That's a really old bridge.
Yeah, it is.
And that one's used heavily.
Sure is.
But that one's probably gonna need to be replaced. Because he's talking about the stream undercutting it and all sorts of areas. So I don't know what, I mean, that's kinda like our bridge account, but I believe those aren't state, the state doesn't help us with those, do they?
I wouldn't think so. I don't think so.
So that's not gonna be.
Yeah, no, Little River, cause that one they do, but. Yeah, we'll have to read these, more reading material.
So we may have to think about putting more money in budgeting
Holy
if we
crap,
have to.
that's a lot more, a bridge isn't easy,
They're not cheap, no, and
No.
10,000 a year, they're gonna cut it for,
no, maybe we should go 40,
so I mean.
keep it at 40, isn't that what we
We
did?
have right now, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just don't have a feel for, you know, how many years is that gonna now last before we have to do something, I don't know that we got 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, I don't. So, I'm gonna try to get a handle on that.
Okay.
Or if there's grant money, maybe there's some grant money out there to help do that, I don't know. DOT may have grant money. So. You got anything else for the group there, Paul, sir?
No.
Executive session?
Are we also have to, when do we have, that's right, I have this on my list. Just wanted to, important dates. March 2nd is gone. 14th is gone. 30th is gone. So 12th is what we're working towards. Warrants due to the clerk of the last selectmen's meeting to sign warrant. Oh, we give everything to her, but then she creates it? Is that what happens?
Well, yeah, she just has to do the warrant part of it, yeah.
Okay. School vote is not May 5th anymore, right?
Nope,
That
it's
got
June
pushed
12th.
out.
So the budget hearing is May 21st, I believe, right? The budget? Remember
Yeah,
that
that's
we
not-
go to
that's
the height,
not-
that's on a
yeah.
Monday,
May 21st, right.
isn't that what it is, I
That's
think?
not in here. Yep. So we have a little bit of time to do our newsletter, right?
Yes,
to get out to people? When do we wanna get that out?
we want it out before the hearing for May 16th. So I think we gotta get it done. All right, well, once we get the warrant, and then we'll have all the ballot questions, and then we'll
In
have
the
to,
order, then we need to start working on that, right?
right,
And
cause
we have a newsletter coming out soon? When's our next newsletter coming out? That's coming out pretty soon, right?
Yeah, a couple of weeks, I think she said.
okay.
Right.
But yeah, we'll work on that, and she'll take the ballot, and then he'll help her, I believe, format it. So we'll have but we need to write what we wanna express.
We
And
gotta
then what
think,
about the town report? How do we,
She's working on that.
who do we dedicate it to?
We already talked about that.
when's the drop dead date for town report?
I don't know,
submittals?
'cause
Thursday before election.
When it has to be out, yes.
No, but I mean, when we have to have everything submitted to go to print. That's what I'm
Well, I
talking
think, remember we talked about printing the cover,
about. Right.
and then
I mean, do we know what we're gonna do for the cover yet, or the back page?
I thought we,
We talked, but I'm not sure if we ever
yeah,
decided.
cause it's the 250th, right? Is it the 250th?
Oh, that's right.
Remember, cause I asked Jenny that, cause I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
remember,
yeah,
and she
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
oh, we're doing, but
That's
she's got everything
Okay,
pretty much.
she's
We
okay.
just have to write a report
Okay. Right.
for our section, whatever.
Selectmen, no, I started that, but I
Yeah, well, we
I
gotta
put it on the
get,
back
once we
burner.
get past this.
put it on the back burner. 'cause of
No,
all this
once
stuff,
we get
right.
through, like next week, we should be good to work on other things, but
Who
yeah,
we gonna dictate it to?
we already decided that.
Who?
You can't say it in public.
We're not gonna say it in public.
Oh,
It's a surprise.
my God.
So, alright,
Okay,
I think we're good.
alright, executive session.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait and see.
Make a motion to go into executive session per 1 MRSA 4056A for personnel matters.
Second,
All those in favor?
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Alright.